Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy Three Stacks in this thing, baby. And we got the best deck, bro. The best list for the best deck, you guys. We have completed the Herald of Perfection deck. Shout outs to Joe because you're the GOAT, bro. Like you, your boy Joshua, all your partners, man. I met some really awesome people today. That happened to be subscribed to my channel since I was like at 100 subs, I think, from what they told me. They actually helped me to finish my deck. They had the Celestial Observatories and a couple other cards I was missing and just threw them to me, bro. Didn't even ask for anything in return. And because of them, because of people like them, I'm like able to showcase this beautiful list. It's been a long time coming, man. From this point on, anytime you see an update on my Herald list, it's going to be almost a replicated facsimile of exactly what this list is. This list is venerable. What it does is what this deck is supposed to do, but on a level that has never ever even been grasped, on an inachievable level up until now. This is the most perfect and ultimate Herald of Perfection deck profile. And this is variation number, shoot, I don't even know. We're pretty much past 80 at this point. Like, I know for sure we're past 80 variations of Heralds. I just don't know exactly what number this is. You guys remind me in the comments so I can pick it up from there. Like, if you say 83, I'm going to be like, all right, then the next one's 84. So, starting off with the best monster, the best boss monster in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Triple Herald. It is the definition of oppression. It's the epitome of control. It's like if any deck can do what he does, then if Gokis could make something like this instantly, like it would be banned. But it's because this this deck is so underappreciated. It's so under the radar. People don't even take it serious that a boss monster like this can even exist unchecked by the ban list. This card opens chain links on itself. His negation is not once per turn. In fact, he can negate as many times as he wants in his own deck because he actually loads his own ammunition for his own ability to resolve just consistently. And you're always dropping this. You can summon 3 on turn 1. Use your Ritual Sanctuary to put 2 Donna the Heralds back when you don't use their effects to add Benton back. Put those 2 back and then Ritual Summon 2 more Heralds. That's how consistent this build is. Like, it really gets everything extremely consistently. It gets all the combo pieces, and all the combo pieces are at 3, bro. 3 copies of Princess Katana. Hiya! This card, I resolve her so many times turn 1. I maximize on as many times as I can resolve her. Resolving her is netting you the searches that matter. The searches for what you specifically want. She kind of dictates what board you want to make because she gives you the choice to choose exactly what kind of board you make, what kind of push, depending on how your hand shapes. Like, if you had to use an incantation in order for you to set yourself up to summon Herald, it puts a vast restriction on what kind of board you can make. But if you're not under the incantation lock, you can make a really powerful, fat turn 1 board. You can drop your Chrysia after you've made some links, spit out a couple Heralds, made sure that your board is as powerful as possible, and still end with 5 to 6 negates in hand. Normally more than 3 is just too much, but it's like this deck is opening with 5 to 6. And those are the only blue cards we play in the deck. Then we play triple Geldagra. Geldagra is just the tits, bro. Now, while I don't like necessarily resolving Geldagra and the incantations in the same turn, if I have to do it, I have to do it. But for the most part, I really like resolving Geldagra when I'm not under the extra deck restriction. So the funny thing is what I'll actually end up doing is I'll do my Geldagra combo. I'll make Nightmare Phoenix, Herald. Before I drop my Chrysia, I'll actually do the incantations, do their little combo, because right now I'll only have the Herald and the Phoenix, so I'll have 4 open zones. I'll do my incantation plays after I resolve Geldagra, search out the combo pieces to summon a second Herald, use his effect to search the Honest if I haven't already searched it. Then I'll drop the Chrysia. And at that point, you have Chrysia, double Herald, and both the incantations. You have 5 monsters in the main zone, and then the 1 Nightmare Phoenix, and you've pretty much got everything on lock. So there are ways to play around the incantations by literally just doing your other searching first. But if your hand is like at that point where only the incantations can fix it, then you have to, play under that restriction. So Gildagra, just amazing. It's the God card, bro. Gildagra normally means you win the duel. And think of it, if there was a spell that said paid 6,000 life points to win the duel, everybody would play it. If there was a monster that had that effect, everybody would play it. So why would you not pick Gildagra? We have triple Talismandra. Talismandra is probably my favorite of the incantations in this list because I have more ritual monsters than I do the ritual spell. I only have 3 of the ritual spell, but I have 6 of the ritual monsters, and they're easier to search than the ritual spell is. Pre-prep can search the ritual spell, but regular prep, it doesn't search the ritual spell. It only searches these. So, like I said, you have a lot more ways to get to these. This is live a lot more consistently and frequently than Candle is, but I still play triple Candle because it's not hard to get your ritual spell. It really isn't. Like, everything in this deck is accessible on a whole different level. Like, you live inside of your deck. When you're playing this deck, you live inside of your deck. Like, you live in there. You're always digging in it. You're always searching. You're always grabbing exactly what you need at the moment that you need it. You're never lacking for anything. You're never like, my hand's incomplete. I don't have this combo piece. I'm still missing this. I need a pass turn. I need to set up a board. I need to stall until I draw the right cards. No, you always get the right cards. It's just, what board do I want to make and how do I want to stop my opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Plain and simple. So we have these 9 cards allow you to search your combo pieces more consistently. Just contribute to a non-impeding and non-detriment. It's so broken, bro. This deck is retarded. It really is. Like, people think I over-exaggerate on how good this deck is. It's incredible, bro. This deck is amazing. We still play triple Handy Manny. And now, here's the thing. People say, oh, there's a lot of normal summons, right? You have to acknowledge that Herald discards fairies for cost. It doesn't matter how many normal summons you have in your hand. As long as they're fairies, you just discard to negate for cost. So, like, it doesn't matter if you have a Scepter and a Manju, 2 Manjus and 2 Scepters in your hand. They're fairies, you discard them to negate your effects. So you choose which normal summon is the most value, which is probably Gildagra for the most part if you have them. If not, then you pick the Manju or something like that. Once you normal, it doesn't matter how many normal summons you play in a Herald of Perfection deck. All that matters is that you make Herald and get fairies in your hand. And if your fairies in hand happen to be normal summonable monsters, oh well, so be it. But we still play the triple Manju because we are absolutely maximizing on as many possible ways to get to Herald. We're maximizing on every single way to search that guy out, to search all his combo pieces out. This is his deck. It's all about summoning the king. Then we have 3 copies of Staff and, of course, 3 copies of Throne. This combo will never get old. We've been rocking this combo for about 3 years now. World Superstars came out in 2015. This combo never gets old. It breaks boards. It allows you to cycle through your deck. You're drawing 3 cards and you're popping 2 cards. Like, come on now. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. Going first, you're drawing 3 cards. You're still drawing 3. No matter what, you're drawing 3. You're getting a fresh hand. It's like replacing your hand. It's like Moray of Greed. Like, this deck has so much draw power. It's not even exaggeration. And then, so pretty much, your normal summons for the deck are actually the Gildagra, the Manju, and the Scepter. Those are the only normal summons. So you have 9 normal summons. You pick one, and the rest are negates. Then we have, for 1-ofs, 1 honest. Notice how everything from our monster lineup is all 3-ofs. All of them are 3-ofs. That's extremely important and relevant that all of these cards are at 3. It's extremely important. We have 1 honest, and we have 1 Archlord Christia. The Archlord Christia is just part of the lock. If you could prevent... I'm sorry, you guys. If you could prevent your opponent from special summoning, it makes your job so much easier. I mean, bro, like, way, way easier than it already is. Like, you already won. If you drop Christia, most decks can't even do it Vanity's Fiend. You open Vanity's Emptiness back in the day when Vanity's Emptiness was at 1, you would win. You just win. Not special summoning, there's no deck that can really play without special summoning right now. Like, nothing. And then you added the complement fact. You add and complement the fact that, oh, wait, you can't special summon, but let me remind you, you can't activate any card effects either. That's like the whole fiber of every deck's being these days. Like, all they do is just special summon and activate a bunch of effects and try to blow boards up and U-Link and Extra Link and all kinds of nonsense. You don't even have to worry about your opponent chain blocking to try to get over your Herald. They can't special summon. It doesn't matter. Christie is broken. Honest is broken. You only need 1 honest for this build because you're searching extremely, in fact, excessively. You're always going to get your combo pieces. You only need one honest. You search it out and then you play your desires. Every monster that's important in this deck is at 3 because you want to hard draw your combo pieces. That way you have a lot more, I guess, contributing factors to getting to your Herald, which increases your ceiling because as long as you can get to Herald, you've pretty much won the game. So all of the important monsters are all at 3 for very good reasons. We don't even want to waste time trying to draw into them. Like, we want to draw them for turn. We're not trying to dig in our deck for those. We dig in for the combo pieces for Herald. For spells, we have 3 copies of Las Vegas. This field spell just, bro, it needs no explanations. This field spell is absolutely ridiculous. It's just such a great starter card. It's such a great recovery play. It's such a great follow-up. It allows you to consistently cycle through your deck every single turn, granting yourself a search. And then in addition to that, it recycles all of your spells, bro. You never deck out. Because of this card, you're never going to deck out. Ever. Like, you just continue and continue to put back any spell, bro. Twin Twister, Dark Hole, Raigeki, Monster Reborn, Soul Charge, Foolish Burial, 1-for-1. Any powerful spell that you want to play in this deck, if it works, you can just continue to recycle it, and all of your infinite draw power will allow you to... Like, bro, this is the only deck that I know of where you can resolve Monster Reborn 3 times, where you can resolve Soul Charge, your one-ofs, more than once. More than once, bro, as if they're still at 3. This field spell is broken. It breaks the rules, bro. It's really, really amazing. It even just... You just use it to revive your Herald. Like, you're turboing out so quickly. You can just Ritual Summon Herald just to use him as a combo piece to link summon and then bring him back off of the Ritual Sanctuary. They Kaiju him, bring him back off Ritual Sanctuary. Oh wait, they can't because you have Chrissy on the field. If they Solemn Strike him, bring him back off Ritual Sanctuary and then just attack for game. Anyways, we have 3 copies of Pre-Preparation of Right. This is the Juice and Berries right here. It's the sauce. It's my favorite spell in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Besides the monsters being ridiculous, I mean, like, Princess Katana, hiya! She searches. Your Star Seraph package searches and draws. Your Manjus, your Handy Manny search. All of your incantations, all of your Geldagra search. I mean, look at that. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 21, bro. And then you add in the spells, you got 24, 27. Like, all of your entire deck just digs. Search, draw, get everything you need to your hand. Then we have 3 regular preps, a lot more flexible than Pre-Preparation of Rights is, simply because not only is it not once per turn, but this allows you to maneuver playing when you're going second if your opponent hits your ritual spell, prevents it from resolving so that you can't ritual summon. Because if you can't ritual summon, you really can't do the best thing that this deck does. But allow it to just activate prep and get the ritual spell back that you lost and get another combo piece and kind of just extend a little bit, just a little bit, not even really, you know, overcommitting. It's really powerful. And then in tandem with that, we also play 3 copies of Celestial Observatory. Such an amazing broken card. It works really good in tandem with Talismandra because he is only once per turn. And sometimes I just don't need him. Like, it's like the incantations are broken, but sometimes you just don't need them. This deck is already consistent without them, but why would you not play them? If something's going to make your deck better, play it. If it makes your deck better, play it. Absolutely, hands down. But I really like the Observatory. I like the fact that it puts the card back into your deck, but on the bottom, so you're not going to... It guarantees that you're not going to draw the same card that you just traded in, which is really good. So yeah, it's better than trade-in. It's better than Sacred Sword of the 7 Stars. It's better than Allure of Darkness. It's one of the most balanced and deemable and worthy break-even draw 2 cards. Like, it's a break-even, you know, it's not a plus. You really can't look at it as a plus, but that doesn't mean we're still not playing Triple Desires, which is still the +1 of the deck. Why? Because Pre-Preparation of Rights is a plus. Why? Because Preparation of Rights is a plus. Stick Chair is a plus. Geldagra is a plus. On your good hands, this deck will actually have 11 or 12 cards in your hand in the middle of you comboing off. And then my problem is I need to try to summon Herald as many times as I can and try to do some link summoning, build a big fat board. If I have to, discard for a Griffin just to set another spell and have, you know, like a live pre-prep for next turn, just so that my hand size goes down to 6 so that I don't have to discard anything during the end phase. I'm talking about too much sauce, bro. That much sauce. It's just ridiculous. We also play 2 copies of Optimus Prime to complement all of our spells. Optimus Prime is obviously, it's just going to be a Monster Reborn play. It's going to be a really good play starter. When you see Terraforming, just think you're getting deeper into your deck for your Herald of Perfection. Your entire deck is just all ways to get him. And then the only spell that doesn't really dig, but it's the most important, is the Triple Dawn. You absolutely have got to play 3 Dawns of the Herald. It's the only way that you're really going to be able to play. So it's really important to make sure that you keep this in rotation. If your Desires banishes 2 of this, and you know that the 2 are banished, when you ritual summon using this card, do not activate its effect to banish itself and add back your Benton. You will plus enough to get more fairies. Let it go to the graveyard and put it back into your deck with your Ritual Sanctuary. That way you can pre-prep for it again. You can search it out again the same turn, activate it again, drop another Herald. If you can drop 2 Heralds in a Christia turn 1, game 1, you're probably secure. Games 2 and 3, you don't want to drop 3 monsters so that they don't Spear Mold you. So you just drop 1 Herald in Christia. If you feel that your board is optimal and powerful enough to be, game, if you feel like you've got game on board, yeah, go ahead. Just banish the 3rd Dawn, knowing that you won't need to summon them, but I really would rather be safe than sorry. So, yeah, just a word of advice. Be very, very careful with how you manage your resources with this deck. This deck has a lot of advantages, a lot of Accrute Monts. You just want to make sure that you don't get greedy with this deck. You know what I'm saying? Don't overcommit, don't overextend, don't go too deep into your deck to the point where you have like 8 cards left in deck. Just don't do that. You feel me? Just kind of be a little bit conservative. And being conservative doesn't mean that you're just like summoning, setting, and passing. Be conservative would mean, you know what I'm saying? Don't be reckless. Don't be reckless. Don't be greedy. Be careful. Just have good, I guess, calm analyzing and observation skills. Once you know what deck you're playing, you really know how you want to shape up your boards. Herald of Perfection is always going to be in the middle of them, somewhere flowing. But you want to complement Herald with other stuff, like, for example, if you know you're playing Gokis, then you make Herald, Dweller, and Christia, and that's it. Like, you've got it. You've got everything unlocked. There's no way that they're breaking that. Like, they can't use their grave effects. They can't special summon. Herald's still preventing them from impermanencing, stuff like that. Evenly matched, it's broken. So, like, again, just be careful with this deck because it does have too much sauce. I have actually decked out before, and it's not a good feeling. It really isn't, and like you just got to be careful with that. I think that this is a great addition to the deck. It really does help, like just contributing to the already immense consistency. You know, you've got like all of these power plays, all of these incredible starter cards. It's just it's ridiculous, bro. It's like we can play Sky Strikers in this deck if we wanted to. Honestly, we really should play Sky Strikers. But the other thing is Sky Strikers kind of, I guess, don't mesh well with how the deck works because you always have monsters in your main zone, like even to start your plays. So that's a main deck. It doesn't matter if your deck's not 40 cards. In Herald of Perfection, it actually doesn't matter. In fact, the reason why the deck is not 40 cards is because what? I put in more cards that search more cards and draw more cards. All I did was contribute to an already consistent deck. So now for our extra deck, we played 2 copies of Herald of the Arclight. Simply for our Geldogra. If you want your Geldogra to be a weapon going second, just play the Natisse. She's still a fairy. She's still light. So if you dump her, you can still set up for your Christia. You can potentially use Geldogra to break a board and then drop Christia, and you pretty much got it at that point, especially after you've already broken the board. Just need to make sure you push for enough damage, but I really think that Herald and Stick Chair is normally enough to break almost every board. So I never felt that I needed to, waste 6,000 life points to try to pop 2 cards. So I only play these for targets for Geldogra. I play very little XYZs in this deck. I only play 4. I play the Dweller for the Goki matchup, for the Burning Abyss, for the Danger matchup, just for grave decks in general, True Dracos, so that their traps don't pop my Herald because I can't negate it. And then we have the Star Stare package. This is for going second, playing through pressure. This is for going first, ripping cards out of your opponent's hand, giving you the knowledge of what you're playing. You want to drop Diamond on top of your Deltaros. It's really, really good against the Lair of Darkness deck. It's good against Burning Abyss, good against Danger, good against Dark Heroes. Overall, it's just good against a lot of dark decks. It's insane against like Lightsworns and decks that have to send cards from their deck to the grave. Like it's a floodgate-ish. It's a floodgate-ish effect, and it does have a negation. It negates dark monsters effect and destroys them. So it's really good. So you only play the 4 XYZs, the 2 synchros that you never synchro summon. And then the rest of the deck is just links. You build some really incredible boards. And as long as you can ritual summon Herald, you pretty much can just shape the board how you want it. You don't even need to play Shine Balls and Venus anymore. Like it's just gotten to that point where you're always stick chairing. Stick chair is like the lifeblood of this deck. It's how you're gonna fluently build a really incredible board. We have Saryuja Scoldred. Scoldred is so good in this deck. I love drawing 4, fixing my hand, making it a lot more broken, and then special summoning, doing my stick chair combo all over again. Especially like if I ended up doing my stick chair combo and going off and going crazy, then I Scoldred. And it's easy to do the stick chair combo off of Scoldred because you don't use the 3 sovereignties as names. You actually link them off. And then you link your Herald. You end up making 4 monsters with different names. And you go into this guy. You fix your hand. Then you special Geldagra from your hand if you have Geldagra. Drop it. Oh my gosh. Like it's over at that point. Like you've won. Scoldred is just really good. It's one of those cards that you actually do overcommit with a tad bit. We do play Borreload because the stick chair package can easily go into him. Like we're stick chairing forever, guys. Like I wish that Emerald was still legal because I used to use Daigoso Emerald to recycle my stick chair combo, like back in Zoo format, because like it's just broken. We have 1 Griffin. Sometimes my boards I really like to actually make Herald in the middle of it with Griffin and Griffin in the main monster zone. So for example, I'll have Underclock Taker co-linking the Griffin because I like to get my draw. I like to draw cards. Co-linking the Griffin and have it set up to where Griffin set the pre-prep back. So I have another follow-up in the form of pre-prep. I've got monster effects locked down. I've got Christia on board. So you've got Herald, Underclock Taker, Griffin, and Christia. You've got no monster effects that are special summon, even though you can't special summon. It's the fact that if you out the Christia, out the Herald, I still have another problem. That's why I really like the Griffin in this deck a lot. And all you do is just summon the Herald right there in its zone. The Herald can still activate its effect all he wants because he's linked to Griffin. We have the 1 Unicorn. Just to get over cards that can't be destroyed because the stick chair combo is incredible, but it only destroys cards. So you never know when you might need to shuffle something back into the deck. I do play 1 Hit Potion again. I find that you don't really go into more than 1 per duel. Like it's such a rare occasion. In fact, you rarely ever make this card, but it's really good. It is a light fairy for some odd reason. And it does make your Herald a 3,300 wall and a 2,300 attacker, which is actually insane. That's why you still want to play it in this deck. Hit Potion again is really good, but you never really make more than 1. We do play the Nightmare Goblin to make your combos even more live. Your stick chair combo is just, you just stick chair, drop 1 Herald, and the Herald that you summon is literally just for extending. You link up both sovereignties into an Underclock Taker. Then you link Herald and your sovereignty in your scepter into Goblin. Goblin's effect, pitch, and then get your extra normal summon, and then keep building your board. What you're trying to do is not just set up Herald for negates. You're trying to set up a board that has enough damage that can go exceeding past 8,000. So once you've got that board where you know that all of your monsters can push for over 8,000, where you could just push for game, you just pass, negate every card that your opponent's activated, they pass turn to you, and you attack for game. Simple as that. Then we have Cerberus, we have Phoenix. These cards also help you going second. Like the whole Nightmare package really does help going second. Well, minus the Griffin. And then there are days where this deck does have random explosive moments. Like it's already explosive, but this deck does have its day where it's just like you stick chair twice, like where you go, scepter 2 sovereignties, and then you revive back the scepter, reveal the 3rd and final sovereignty, special it, and then it draws the final sovereignty draws a scepter, specials it, and then you have a whole fresh stick chair combo. Like it happens. Like I've really sacked scepter off of sovereignty twice in a row. Like first stick chair combo and then second stick chair combo off of the Goblin. I did special scepter off of Ritual Sanctuary, reveal sovereignty, draw, because you can't chain multiple sovereignties to 1 scepter at once. That's the rule. You can only apply 1 sovereignty at once. And then I ended up sacking a scepter off the sovereignty, got 3 fresh monsters on the field after I've already built a small partial nightmare board, and then I just started drawing some cards with nightmares. Like, it's broken. Underclock Taker just really helps you to OTK. It's incredible, bro. Like, this is frequently gone into. This is frequently gone into. These are only for when the situation calls for it. This is always gone into, like, every turn 1 frequently. This is really good when you're able to build a board, like a partial board. Like, you can do a 3 nightmare board and just have Unicorn there, so that, like, if your Herald has to negate too many card effects, you'll be able to draw at least 3 cards for turn. That way you've built up more ammunition for Herald, and you can still attack for game anyways. So yeah, really, really good. Love the deck, you guys. That's pretty much it for my Herald of Perfection deck profile. Definitely let me know your honest opinion, the feedback on what you feel, you know, the deck needs or what it's missing. Or if you just feel like you like it, let me know, bro. I'm definitely looking forward to you guys' feedback because I'm very excited. I'm very hyped to be showcasing this deck. I'm very excited to be playing this deck again. It has a very close part of my heart. And I find that it's a ritual deck that actually has a lot of combos, that has a lot of control, and it has higher ceiling than any other ritual deck that I know of. And there's no other ritual deck that even has the utility that this deck has. But y'all be safe out there in them streets. Don't be doing drugs. Y'all don't hurt your brain cells. Make good choices. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful night, okay? And be safe. Peace.